Thank you.
We stopped from every American getting a tax increase.
Okay.
99.3% of Americans did not get a tax increase. Those making over 400,000, couples making over 450,000, they did get a slight increase.
Yeah.
I think that's absolutely important for having business like this, families having certainty in the tax code, so they know what their tax bill is going to be, so they know what they're going to be able to invest or hire people or whatever. So I think that's very, very important to get this economy turned around. The next thing we're going to have to do is face controlling spending, getting spending under control, reforming it, cutting it in places significantly, and that's going to be very important for the future of the economy. You have to be willing to look at everything we cut. And the sequestration is a very clumsy way to do it. It's like taking a meat cleaver. You need to take a surgeon's knife. You look at across the board, whether it's in the Department of Education, the Department of Transportation, the Department of Defense, the State Department, go in there and say, okay, what works well, what doesn't work, what is beyond its life. The government programs are considered immortal. Once you create them, you're never able to kill them. And there are programs out there we got to be able to look at and say it doesn't work anymore. So let's get rid of it, or let's reform it. And I talked earlier in the meeting about Head Start. Some places in this country, especially here in rural and small town Pennsylvania, it works pretty well. But you go to some of the big cities in this country, it doesn't work well at all. It's failing. So how do we go in and change it? Letting there be more local control is one of the ways. And we could go across the spectrum in programs, whether it's education programs, whether it's programs in water systems, and highway systems, bridges. Let the states, let the locals know what the rule is. They can do a better job. They can stretch those dollars out further so we get more bang for our buck. We're spending $1 trillion a year, and we have for the last 4 years, more than we take in. We've got to stop it. We can't continue to go because we're going to end up like Greece. And right now, our debt is 100% of our GDP. If you look at a country like Greece, it's in excess of its GDP. Because in Italy and Spain and other European countries, we cannot sustain this. And if we don't do something now, we're going to never be able to fix it, and we will be bankrupt. And then we won't be able to afford to do anything. We have to, and that's why we have to say we have to look at the continuing resolution which funds the government and say we're going to shut the government down if this president and the Democratic Senate doesn't get serious about making cuts. And same with the raising the debt ceiling. If they aren't willing to do it, then we're going to have to take drastic measures so that they understand the importance of this. And for me, it's a comparison of a short-term Chapter 11 bankruptcy, which companies go through and reorganize, and then they come out of it stronger. And if we do that now, that's what we need to do now. Or we do a Chapter 7, which is when a company goes bankrupt and it just dissolves. I think we have to do this short-term, hard reforms and cuts and do whatever we have to do, because if we don't, our children and our grandchildren, they're going to be bankrupt. It'll be a bankrupt country. It'll be a second-rate country 10 years, 15, 20, 30 years down the road if we're not willing to make those tough decisions today. And if we make them, just like companies that go into a Chapter 11 bankruptcy and able to reorganize and cut things out, they come back even stronger in many cases and flourish. And that's what we have to do in the United States of America. Well, we have to find a way to work together. I mean, we have common goals, common ground. Same with our Democratic counterparts across the aisle. We have to reach across and figure out where we can come together, because we must. The future of America is at stake.